Hello and welcome to video 9 of the Get Stuffed Coronavirus series. This one's entitled Jobkeeper Application. This one's only going to be a short video. But first of all, congratulations, you've made it through to May in what appears to be the longest leap year we've ever had. So the Jobkeeper application is finally here, and you'll go to the business portal as you did when you did the actual enrolment. It's the same area. And the same link. So if you're getting ready to do your JobKeeper application, that's where you need to go. So but before you do, here is a brief summary of the information that you will need. Now, as this is a transition month, you have until the 8th of May to pay any shortfall in wages. You need to make sure that your employees have been paid a minimum of $1,500 a fortnight in the April month. Now, there's guidelines on what the ATO call fortnights. So if you click on this button here, this screen will appear, and these are the fortnights that the ATO are going to be basing things on. So fortnight 1, 30th of March to the 12th of April, fortnight 2, 13th of April to 26th of April, fortnight 3, 27th of April to 10th of May. April is a transition month, so as long as you pay $3,000 to your eligible employees for the month of April, you will get your JobKeeper payment. But it's very important that you refer to these charts, because from May onwards it really depends on the month, on the fortnight, sorry. So you'll look at fortnight 3, that runs from the 27th of April through to the 10th of May, and the ATO use payment dates as their signifier. So if you pay on a Tuesday and pay weekly, you will have two payments, 30th and the 7th. So that's what they work on, your actual payment date. This will be important, and I'll come to that later. So what happens is, let's pick on fortnight 3, which is the 27th of April to the 10th of May. Now, if you pay weekly, and let's say you pay fortnightly, and you work out using your normal pay rate based on the normal hours, that you paid $2,800 for that fortnight, for fortnight 3, but then you come to fortnight 4, which is the second fortnight in May, and you do your normal hourly rate times the hours worked, and this only works out to $1,000, you will be required to make a top-up payment of $500, because there needs to be a minimum of $1,500 per fortnight paid to your employees. Now, your payroll software, if you use Xero, QuickBooks Online or MYOB, will have little templates on how to work that out. But what you can't do is, say, for the month of May, add $2,800, which was your first fortnightly pay in May, and add your $1,000 for the second fortnight in May, and say, oh, I've paid $3,800. It doesn't work that way. It's per fortnight. So you've got to refer to this table every fortnight to make sure that you have paid your $1,500 by the 10th of May. 10th of May, and also the 24th of May. You need to have $1,500 paid in that fortnight period and $1,500 in that fortnight period. That is very important. So therefore, if you're on a weekly pay cycle, don't do your job top up until the second week. Why that is just say, for argument's sake, your first week you pay $400, and in the second week your gross pay to your employee is $700. You've paid them $1,100 for that fortnight, so you only need to top them up by $400. I would be a bit loath to do it per week. For example, I wouldn't go $400 this week. Well, let's add $350 and make it the week payment $750. Work on the fortnight. That's very important. Also, before you apply, as I said before you apply for your JobKeeper payment, make sure you've actually made the payments to the employees, and this is a transition month, you have until the 8th of May to do it. Now, when you apply for your JobKeeper, before you start, have the following information available because you will need it when you go through the process. The actual form itself online is very simple, but it is simple only if you've got the information available. So if you're applying as a business participant, you will need your name and your tax file number handy. If you're claiming JobKeeper for your employees, your eligible employees, and you are lodging your pay runs through single touch payroll, the ATO should have that information already. So all you're doing is confirming the number of people that you're paying. Now, if you're not running your pay run through single touch payroll, you will need the following: employee tax file number, employee name, and employee date of birth, because you'll have to enter that in on your application form. Also on the form, you'll need to confirm how much income you earned in April, exclusive of GST. So most of you, that'll be what money you actually received in cash or banked or whatever for the month of April. You will also need to gaze into your crystal ball and work out what you think you're going to earn for May. So we're not real sure how that's going to work, but some might work out, they might have jobs already lined up and they know what they're going to get paid. Or what others are doing is using May 2019 sales figure and reducing it by a similar decline percentage that we used for April. This is going to be done every month. We're trying to get the ATO to remove that projected income because it's a bit hard to judge. We're happy for them to keep the actual income earned, but the projected one's just too hard to work out. But that's what they're accepting, working out what your May 2019 sales were and reducing it by a similar percentage. Now the ATO have gone to great lengths to say this isn't a retest or a reapplication or anything else like that. Once you're in, you're in. All this information is just gathering for statistics. What that means, I don't know, but they're gathering it for statistics. So what they also say, if you're grossly out in your estimates, or you've entered into a scheme to try and make yourself eligible to JobKeeper, they will come hunting for you. So be careful when you're applying for these payments. Also make sure you have signed copies of the JobKeeper employee nomination notice. The ATO will come looking for those if you're under a review. So next thing you need is go onto the business portal, go to where you're enrolled for your JobKeeper enrolment in the first place. There should be a tick next to the enrolled section. Then what becomes available now is step 2, which is to identify. It's called identify. If you have all that information I just outlined up here, it's a pretty simple, straightforward process. This is the difficult and long-winded part of it. So if you have all that information, it shouldn't take too long, and the form is simple enough as it is. That's all I wanted to talk about with this video. If there's any questions, I've got various calendar links. Pick one and I can get back to you. So until next time,